Go.
Hey, welcome back. This is session
Limbus.
3 of the Bleeding Veil. We have 1 or 2 players that are going to trickle in because they're eating breakfast and coming home from work. But last session, the party arrived in, defeated the harpies that attacked the ship, arrived at Storm's End, where they were immediately labeled as Driftfolk because none of them had their identification papers anymore, because those were all taken when they were arrested at various different times. They explored the city, witnessed the effects that the Silent Tide, whatever that may be, is having upon it, such as wide-scale starvation and disappearing people. They managed to do a job for a very chaotic and but orderly shopkeep, delivering a package to the church, which was totally fine.
Definitely didn't contain 250 pounds of water.
No.
Not.
Nothing happened.
And they got to witness, at least from the safety of their rooms or from the lower deck of a ship, the effects that can sometimes happen at nighttime. The reason there is a curfew, the massive eerie fog that rolls in, that contains some kind of creature or creatures that are intelligent and learning. But here we are the next morning. The group had assembled and just had done some investigating of the barnacle fractals and such. But we'll say for now, because I think Fiery was going to go off and do something, but he's not here. So we'll see. After I sneeze, everyone
Bless you.
root at the ghastly tank. And the day is to do with what you want.
Ow. Well, we have money now.
How much money do you have?
We each, I think, have 25 gold.
Someone bought
hold
the
on.
rooms. We paid for rooms.
And you paid for
I have
papers.
I have
Well, yeah,
39
we spent-
gold on me, and that's after subtracting the money for the paper.
Yeah, I have
28
29.
gold.
I have 29.
Let me double check. I did that because I have it in my.
I have 25 left.
How much money was
So-
it for the papers again?
I put 50, but I'm thinking about it, I think it was 25.
We were paid 50 and then spent 25 for the papers.
I'll edit that in the session summary.
Oh yeah, and we had starting gold. That's right.
Yeah. So you have
Austin doesn't.
plus gold each, except for
Wait, Austin didn't start with money.
Yeah, Austin
Austin.
didn't start. Austin was the only one that didn't start with money. Yeah.
Well, you guys doing?
That is a wonderful question, Batman.
Made money. Our papers will be ready for what? A week? Couple days?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
We need
We
to
do
go.
have to travel out of town, don't we?
Yeah, we should probably look into, I guess, stocking up for traveling out of town.
Okay.
If you guys are going to be walking around stocking up, Ivan's going to take a nap at the inn because he didn't sleep at all last night. Also known as, because of all the horror noises, Ivan's currently on exhaustion level 1. So
I think so is Luna.
Waverly's character.
Waverly, because she stayed up all night barking. This is not a joke. That was actively what was said, if I remember correctly.
I don't think she was just watching and occasionally growling.
It was something close.
Yeah.
The dog
Us two-
refused to sleep.
Us two are at -1 exhaustion, so If you guys are just stocking up and we don't have that much money anyways, Ivan's gonna wait here at the inn.
Yeah,
He's gonna try to get rid of that disadvantage.
understandable.
Waverly is not here, so should both of us just stay behind? That way, we're at least there's
Yeah.
multiple PCs together, not just one.
It would make more sense to have, since Waverly's not here, to have her character stay behind. Along with
Okay.
Fiery's character.
Yep.
All right, so Fiery, Waverly, and I will stay behind in the inn for now. Ivan and Waverly will be on rest, and Fiery can be our lookout.
Where is the group heading then?
I guess
to the
There's also
shop.
some questions.
yeah, the shops that'll allow drift folk, because there's not many. There has to be a couple.
There are. Your best bet would be to go to the Pearl Bazaar and try to find some back alley deals.
We can.
All right.
Yeah, I guess that's where we have to go then.
All right. Maverick, hi. Pat, pat, pat. All right, you guys head once again to the magnificent Pearl Bazaar. You pass through its gates, where once again there seems to be a completely different group in charge of police work here. How do you guys go about looking for your deals? Or what are you asking for? Where are you looking?
Equipment for a long travel.
Which would be what? Rations?
Rations, potions if possible, camping equipment, because I don't think we have anything.
Yeah, we would need camping equipment.
Alright. Why don't you guys go ahead and roll me some... Alright. Either... Is anyone proficient in investigation?
Let
Yes.
me look.
I, in fact, am.
Alright, go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
There's something that
As
I
you're
get.
looking
Hold on.
around for...
Ba-ba-da, investigation. I don't think I have any add-on, but... Oh, I forgot.
No, that's for while
Oh, wait,
we're
never
out
mind.
wandering.
Sorry.
I'll use that one.
19. Alright. Does this give me a price for this? Yes. Okay, Fiery's installing his new cooler onto his PC. That's why he's not here.
Ah.
All right. Zahn, you quietly ask around in the darker corners of the market, and eventually you get pointed in the direction of a man named Darren, who runs a one would call it a knife sharpening shop, but it's the clientele rarely go in or leave with knives.
Do you want to eat it or should I eat it?
Hello, waivers. If you would like to catch up with the group, you may, or else you are chilling at the tavern with Ivan and Zephyr, recovering from your night that you stayed up all night.
Yeah, I'm happy to stay.
Okay. The rest are out trying to get some
Supplies for
Right.
travel.
flash travel.
Okay.
Zon?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's where you get pointed in the direction to.
I will enter said shop.
The shop you enter, it is very, very plain. No signs, no pricing. There's just another door that is closed, and then like a shop window and a bell.
I will go and ring the bell.
Um. Let me get one thing ready. Hold up. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where is it? There it is. All right. After a few moments after you ring the bell, from the darkened room in the back, you just watch someone step forward from the shadows. Seems to be human, but their eyes are a bit more sunk, and their skin is very flaky.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll approach you. How may I help you?
Hello, we are in need of equipment for travel, and we are trying to find someone who will serve us.
You're Driftfolk.
I.
I'll have you know it is very illegal for me to serve you. Just know that reflects in the price.
I would expect nothing less.
What is it exactly you need?
Rations, camping supplies for a total of 6. Potions, if you have them, that are available for purchase.
At worst, a healer's kit if possible.
How many travelers?
6.
6 travelers. This van has to do math.
Ma'am.
So you need rations for 5 days there and 5 days back, correct? Or you just
Correct.
get rations for 5 days? So that's
Let's try to get it for everything and not bank on being able to find rations where we're going.
60 ration. All right, for the rations, they'll cost you 10 silver each. So that totals out to 600 silver, or 60 gold.
Wait, and that's just for the rations, you said?
Yes, just for the rations alone. Camping equipment, I have to look up a price for. Is there a camping pack? I'll say the Adventurer's Kit has everything you need for camping.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Explorer's Pack. There we go.
Yeah, I was going to say Explorers would be the other one.
Yes.
Is there a healing kit available, if possible?
So I've just opened up the Explorer's Pack. It comes with an inflatable bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where?
Includes backpack, flashlight, 6. I'm set to the.
You're on a wrong. Explorer's Pack has a backpack, a bedroll,
Yeah.
a mess kit, a
No,
tinder
I'm
box,
sorry.
torches,
I opened
rations.
it auto set to Esper's Genesis Core manual.
To tell you, Van, an Explorer's Pack comes with 10 days of rations.
Okay. So Okay, that's gonna be easier for me because I'll just price out X amount of those.
It just doesn't come with tents if we want to try to get tents.
We don't really need tents. I have a feature, just like above game, I have a feature that can help us find a safer place to rest. In game, it'll be, we go out into the forest, and I'll be like, oh, I know what to do. But just above game, I can find a safer places to sleep.
It costs that much, but he charges you more because you're driftful. So it costs that much times 6. It would be 120 gold for 6 explorers packs.
Fuck.
So a way we could knock that down, maybe closer to 90 for the 6 packs.
It's possible. Do you have anything to offer?
I don't have any. If someone has something to offer, you are more than welcome to do something. I've just got a hopeful persuasion, and that's it.
You can attempt to try to persuade him.
I will throw
I
this
just
out because I do have this feature.
made to deal.
Advantage on discussing prices.
Well, so with that, I can tell you, you can tell he's charging you double what the normal.
Yes. And I'm trying to make it 1.5 times.
You can gather that much. If you want to attempt to make a persuasion check, you can, but I didn't factor in can we make it cheaper. Persuading him, that was more of a question of could it be cheaper? Yes, it could be. But if you want,
I will attempt to haggle it down. There.
What are you going to say to him?
We don't have much money, and we're new into town after some interesting things happened. Is there a way to knock this price down at all? I'd be happy to deal business with you in the future when we can get ourselves more on our feet.
Roll a persuasion check.
I do have advantage.
Mm-hmm. Let me something. I can take it down to 85.
What was the total price before? I'm sorry, I had to take my headset off.
120.
Before, it was 120.
120? Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay, yeah.
So that's... So that's 14 gold a person plus one person who pays 15. Which I can take care of.
Okay. I can do 14.
You can all add an explorer's pack to your inventory.
Awesome.
And we just have to give 14 gold over for that?
Oh, I already had an explorer's pack in my inventory, but that was from like.
You shouldn't have.
Yeah, we shouldn't have, but now we have it back.
Well, yeah, that was from when I was just implementing all the starter stuff. I left all my stuff in there, so I don't have to add it back. Equipment minus 14, so that's.
Also, every explorer's pack comes with a compact disc that contains sessions 1 through 100 of Explorers of Averilas.
Wow.
There's so much info to go through for that.
It's like a fucking 40 disc set.
And it also comes with a DVD player and a portable TV.
And headphones.
Each pair of headphones is themed after a different character.
It's randomized which one you get.
Yep.
That would be fucking sick, though.
It's like a
I
McDonald's
got
toy.
the Randor open back earphone headphones. Mm.
Oh my god, I got the Kai headset. Let's go!
Oh god, the normal ones smell fishy.
You put on the Kai headset, you die of poison.
The Clank
Yeah,
headphones
you start
weigh
taking
90 pounds.
I was gonna say the Clank ones are bulky as shit.
the Clank ones are like the display model that's got like the big cable connecting it to the bench so it can't be moved away. You have to wear them laying down.
Listen, the Volta ones are heat warming.
They
Ear
do
warmers.
warm your ears. They're
Oh,
earmuffs.
I'd fucking love that. I would love ear warmer ones.
The Frey.
The Frey ones have ears.
have ears,
The
yeah.
Frey ones just have bunny
They're
ears.
fluffy and they have bunny
yeah,
ears.
fluffy bunny ears.
I'm sorry, the Frey ones are also just really stiff.
Yep, they are. The ears are super stiff.
We don't
They
talk
stiffen.
about the Pyrrha ones.
And occasionally very damp from when he sweats all the time.
No,
Yeah.
the Pyrrha ones are lime scented.
Lime.
Does that mean the Pura ones, the Jigna ones are grape scented?
The Pyrrha ones are like made of the 90s clear plastic, but green.
Yeah, you're
Yes.
right. That, or if you prefer, based on current Pyrrha, cherry limeade.
Yes, indeed.
See, I would wonder what Pem's ones would be.
You have to make them yourself because they come in scattered pieces.
I mean, they would have little horns on the top, wouldn't they? Pam?
Little horns, little flowers. Yeah, she had curled horns.
Mm. Alright.
It randomly starts changing your settings every 5 minutes with them.
Oh, every once in a while it just sets it to an odd number.
All right. What else are you guys doing in the market? He has no potions. I will say.
Did he have a healer's kit available? If
A
possible?
healer's kit. Let me
Yes.
find out.
I am a doctor.
I am a doctor. Do not worry about my hand.
I don't... Listen. There's a reason I ended up with this hand. You'll learn it eventually.
It's because I healed a man with a rot, and then I got infected with a rot.
He'll look to the back. Goes, I've got one, but it's used.
Ugh.
If I may ask how.
He'll go into the back and he'll get it out and he'll open it, and it's like all the implements have blood, dried blood on them. It's a mess in the bag. It's like someone opened a first aid kit and then dumped it all out and then just tried to fit it back in the best they could.
Can you clean it? Like,
Indeed.
are you able to clean this and it be okay?
I mean, yeah, it'll function just the same.
Yeah.
It's just
I'm going to guess by used as well. That means that that if I buy this, it will have less uses than a normal healer's kit. Because a normal healer's kit has 10 charges.
Yes. You
That's
will be rolling a D10 minus 1 when you buy
That is fine. Wow,
Yeah.
if I roll a 1, I just get
you
nothing.
will re-roll once because that means the item would just poof.
Yeah,
That would be 10 gold pieces.
I believe I can work with that. At least for that.
All right,
It'll
roll me
help
that
me at least
D10 minus 1, re-rolling ones.
Alright.
3 uses.
3 uses. Not great, but that is still 3, someone is down and they need to be stabilized. So.
As
Ain't
you
great
guys
yet,
continue to
but
look around,
I'll get it recharged eventually.
potions seem to be a very rare commodity. The other thing that is good, suitable to note is healing potions are virtually unknown of. The only healing potions that have been written about do not have good side effects in the end. I.e., no regular healing potions in this campaign.
Get bonked.
Is there
I
anything
see.
else you guys want for?
I don't think so.
Then are you guys heading back to the ghastly tank?
I believe so.
Yeah. So we can get everyone and head out.
Duh.
When you return to the ghastly tanker, you meet up with everyone else. Also, there is still let me look at there's still Professor Rothford and Polly, which are Magnus's allies, and then there is Edric Vale and Garrick that are still around, and they are talking amongst themselves. You basically come in another conversation with them talking about whether they need to stay here or if they need to try to catch the first boat back to the Stygian Empire.
Mm.
You're always more than welcome to come with us.
Garrick will look over to you. It sounds fun, but I have duties to get back to. And a pompous asshole to ransom. He'll look to Edric.
What was it for again? It was for. He's ransoming this guy for like a revolution, right? For the revolution.
Yeah, he's leading a revolution.
I was making sure it was a revolution. It's been a minute.
And the other dude, Edric, is part of one of the royal houses, so he's gonna ransom him off to his parents and the houses to get money and then fund the rebellion more, or possibly just get ahead in the rebellion.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Eclipse like waves his hand around for the revolution. He doesn't say it
Viva
very
la
loud.
revolution.
But yes, I believe me and Edric will be catching a ship back to the Stygian Empire.
Okay.
Hopefully we do meet again. Zahn.
I do as well.
Hopefully on the same side once again.
I would be surprised if we weren't.
Why wouldn't we be on the same side?
I would be no, even if we want, I'd be fine. I've seen how you can handle a crossbow, and I'll hit you up, pat you on the back.
Damn.
Farewell to the rest of you, and good luck. And she's just still dragging Edric behind him.
Let me know how the revolution goes next time we meet.
Will do. Hopefully you'll hear about it once it's finished. And then there is the two human researchers, Rothford Kimball and Polly Hrimbar. they'll look to Magnus. We really have no place to go if we were to go back to the Stygian Empire. We could try to get back into contact with the rest of the guild, but after we were raided, they have probably changed location as well.
Probably.
You can still come with us.
I'm afraid that I'm a bit too old to really rug it out in the wilderness of the Umber Isles. And he is indeed an old man. He smells like old man.
Oh, he
Well,
smell
if
like
we
old
find
man.
Smells like mothballs.
Eclipse sniffs
An
in the
old-
air and
An
goes,
expired aftershave.
"Oh, yeah, you should. No."
Yes.
What matters is that you two are safe.
Magnus, could you leave some coin so we may continue to stay here in the tavern?
Of course, it isn't much, but here, as I'll toss him 8.
All right.
I'll toss him 8 gold. That leaves
8
me with
gold,
a clean
yeah.
10.
Oh yeah, that'll keep. You'll if you get back here within the 2 weeks, you'll have money left over.
Mm-hmm.
I believe.
Listen,
Thank you.
they're my boys. They tried to help me, so I'm helping them.
Understandable.
Those loose ends tied up. You guys are free. Just a reminder, you are looking for a particular Naiad. One that is also Aether touched. And that village lies deeper into the continent, or to the island, at the base of the mountains.
How long did it take them to go shopping?
We'll say 4 hours.
Cool. That does not get rid of our exhaustion yet. We have to have 8 hours of sleep for rest to get that.
Well, you could always just leave tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, we'd have to
I know
stay here
Ivan
during-
still looks sleepy.
What's the plan?
I'd rather sleep on the road. I know you guys have a level of exhaustion. I don't think we're gonna run into anything on the first day.
Famous last words.
But I think we should save a little bit of money.
I'm fine to go.
Disadvantage on
I'm
ability
fine to go,
checks
and we'll just
is not great.
Hey,
but
listen, you could have come with the rest of the group and slept proper that night.
I physically could not have.
Instead
He
of
had
going to the boat,
nightmares.
you could have.
Not with his horrors. He had the night terrors.
Yeah, but the night terrors don't normally give him exhaustion.
Yeah,
It
that
the
was
night
other
terrors
stuff.
paired with the 3
The
visits.
shit going on in the town.
Yeah.
I was trying to check in on the one last party member we didn't know anything about at the time. And by the time I got there, I did not have a time to get back. If we want to go, he's tired, but like hunger, thirst, and temperature is technically perfect. So I'm fine. Disadvantage on ability checks isn't great, but it can be dealt with. I just really can't afford to get further exhaustion levels.
Mm-hmm.
So if we want to leave, Ivan can do that.
Lena's happy to leave.
Yeah. I'm done to leave.
All right. I believe the group is in concurrence. And you guys head out of Storm's End. As you leave the city gates, you walk through a few miles of just like farm and agriculture fields. But then eventually you crest a hill and you see the stark line where that stops, and the immediate tropical jungle begins. And you guys step into the damp and humid jungle.
Oh, I forgot to get the dictionary out.
It's okay, I haven't been doing the Eclipse voice.
I'm just gonna toss this because I don't know if it's really gonna affect us, but I'll use guide so that we can move through difficult terrain without it affecting us.
I also
There-
have this that helps too.
There is a trail carved into the jungle. So it's not necessarily difficult terrain. It could become difficult terrain.
I would say guide specifically also allows us to move stealthily while traveling at a normal pace. So if we ever get worried about creatures or anything, we can get stealth and still not have to slow down at all.
Also, I've got this, which means I can always find safe shelter in the wilderness.
Me too. That's what mine does too. We both can. Yippee.
Pardon me as I'm just looking for a...
I like how there's essentially three of us that are all like, yeah, wilderness for the win.
Yes.
Yeah. That's kind of what happens when your pack abandons you. But we'll find them.
Yeah, we got him. We'll get him.
They must have just gotten confused and gone a different way.
Yeah, I don't know where they went, but we'll definitely find them.
They must have just gotten lost.
Definitely lost.
They need us to keep them on the right track. They must have gotten lost.
We're just going to use this star as...
Don't die away with me.
It's my drink and I heard giggling and I started to laugh.
Oh no.
7, 3... Hi. So, you guys begin your trek through the jungle of Storm's End. It's an extremely stark contrast between the city and now. It feels like you're on a different island entirely than what you were, because it had been pushed back so far you never even saw any of this when you were in the city. And now all of that sound of the city has faded drastically, replaced by the sounds of the jungle.
The jungle, baby!
You follow the path for a few hours before night begins to fall. Thankfully, you don't notice any fog rolling in. Two of you have the ability to find shelter in the wilderness, so I will say that it is very easy to find I say you guys find a very large tree that has fallen over, so it's just a hollow log through and through, probably about 10 foot, like a 10-foot wide radius that you guys can stay in.
Yippee!
Hey, Van,
Yes?
Log.
what is forage check?
Nature.
Nature?
I can find
Oh.
food if we need food.
We have rations.
With forager, I can find twice as much food and water as normally, and even if I fail to check, I can sustain myself permanently.
I can
So-
find food and fresh water in nearly any natural environment provided the land is not barren. That's what mine says. So we both can find
So-
food.
Yeah. This is at disadvantage because I still don't have the thing. Survival would have been better for me, but
The question is, where are you doing this? Are you doing this just in the area around where you're camping, or are you going off island?
I mean, if Vinny's Wolf would like to come with me, we can go out a little bit further than just straight around us, but otherwise I don't want to drift too far from them.
I can help.
Right, so you guys are going a bit further away from camp?
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
All right.
What your DC is, but if 15 passes, I find double the amount.
I don't really... I don't have a DC. I guess I just roll nature. Or survival. Would it
Roll
be
nature.
nature or roll nature? Oh. A better
Go,
survival.
Vinny.
I guess it could be nature or survival. Yeah.
Can I roll survival?
Oh,
You can just add what your.
It would be a 2 instead of a -1, so it would be like a 14 plus 2.
Yes, 15, 16.
Yep.
yeah, yours just says you can find it. So
Yeah.
mine is I have advantage on finding it. Or not advantage, but I can always find enough for myself minimum twice if I pass.
Mm-hmm.
So between the two of us, we're pretty good.
Yeah.
I will say that you guys managed to find one of those big bushels of bananas.
We found bananas.
About 30 feet off the ground, but you find it.
Oh, I start climbing.
Van, is there monkeys near these bananas?
Not that you can see.
Let me try this out.
I'm climbing. What do I do? Acrobatics? Athletics? What am I doing?
Acrobatics or athletics.
Is there wildlife protecting these?
I think we're about to find out.
You get about 20 feet off the ground.
Stop.
Where my d10's at?
Oh, I'm taking damage.
Yeah, because you fell 20 feet.
20 feet.
Hmm. 13 bludgeoning damage.
Jesus. That's my phone. I have to do math. I don't have to...
You don't have your token to click on.
Yeah. Hold on, I can't find my phone. I'm having to open a new tab.
Oh, there's a cat under my desk.
Gorilla.
18.
Gorilla. Yeah, just wait till I throw a gorilla at you guys.
Oh.
That's a
Eclipse, having fallen off the tree, sits up and goes, that hurt.
Are you okay?
Van,
Yes.
we were given the explorer's pack, right?
Yes.
Cool. That has 50 feet of hempen rope. Can I just, grab some rope and toss it over a branch so that we could just climb up?
Go ahead and make me an athletics check.
Cool. I'm gonna toss guidance on myself so I can have at least the extra d4. Since I've got disadvantage. R1d4. 14.
14. I'll imagine you tied something on the end of the rope to put a little
Yes.
weight on it. You toss the rope and it swings over only twice, so it isn't the best hold, but it is on there. You don't know how you're getting it off.
Once someone's climbed up, that shouldn't be as much of an issue.
Okay.
I will look at the doggo. Do you wish to try again?
Yeah, I want to try again, and I grab onto the rope.
How much?
I will also give you guidance.
What? What, Van?
How much do you weigh, Eclipse?
That's a great question. I don't think I... Oh, I did give him 200 pounds.
200 pounds. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and make me an athletics check at disadvantage.
Disadvantage. 14.
No, D4, guidance.
Oh, D4. 1d4. 18.
18.
Eclipse, you managed to climb your way up the rope, and you grab onto the bushel of bananas as you hear the branch that the rope and you are attached to go, and then snap. You're gonna fall 30 feet.
Oh, I'm gonna get knocked out. Goodbye.
Have anything here?
Wait, can I rage? Can I rage while I fall?
No.
No.
It's only 14 bludgeoning damage.
Oh, I'm on 4 HP.
You have a large bushel of bananas in your other hand.
Eclipse.
And you got the rope down.
Eclipse has his bushel of bananas in his hands.
Well,
as
actually,
he's...
hold on. One more thing. I need Ivan to make a dexterity saving throw as the branch does. The branch and you falling down. And Ivan would have been there. So I need a dex save from Ivan.
Not an ability thing, right?
Not an ability, dex save.
Nope.
Cool.
Hey, Austin, you know what the nickname loggers give to falling tree branches?
Is it timber?
No, it's widowmakers.
Ah.
You know why they get that name?
It's about to hurt a lot.
It's gonna go through my head, isn't it?
We'll find out. There's a tree branch falling on you from 30 feet up. So what I'm gonna do is
I'm glad that I got this healer's kit.
Do I have anything that I can do as a reaction? Do I have anything?
There we go. So we'll do.
That's a bonus action. So that's not reaction.
You take 22 bludgeoning damage as the branch catches your shoulder.
Why couldn't it have been force? No.
Why would it have been?
Why would it have been force?
You guys know what you would do to me if I made trees deal force damage? You guys,
I would start using trees as a melee weapon. Is what I would be doing.
I think you know what force damage is.
Listen, I've got resistance to force damage. That's why I wanted it. But this is fine. This is fine.
That doesn't justify the statement.
Ivan, are you okay?
He said it was how much? 22?
22.
Cool. That branch went like right through my shoulder.
Understood. Not okay.
So one of these is going to be used on the pupper since they did the most of this. And then I've got 2 more uses of the spell. So first for the pupper.
Eclipse is just laying on the ground fucking winded. He can't.
One's for me. And once more for me. Cool. I heal 15. You heal 8.
I heal 8. Oh. Yippee, 8, 9, 10.
I have no more spell slots for the day.
Thanks. I'm a
You
little
could have
better.
just asked and I could have helped.
We are far away from the group.
Oh.
Eclipse
You
and...
guys went on an adventure. Understood.
Yes.
So, Eclipse, you hear the sickening sound of a broken shoulder snapping back into place and then piecing itself back together mostly.
What happened to my shoulder?
Wasn't yours.
Oh.
Ivan's grimacing.
You feel some vertebra snap back into place, and then you realize that you couldn't feel your bottom half until then.
Oh, my legs. They're back. Oh.
Saying that like your legs disappeared.
They did.
They went to the void.
I couldn't feel my leggies for a minute.
Well, to the others now.
Did we get enough food?
You have 40 bananas.
Did we get enough food?
You have 40 bananas.
Yes.
We're dumb,
Did we get
man.
enough
We don't know
food?
the math.
Ivan looks at it and goes, "Bananas." Yes.
That's a lot of bananas.
That's a lot of bananas.
Don't listen. If you all that I'm saying is that if Donkey Kong was canon in this world, we would be in
Ugh.
very grave danger.
This shit.
He is killed for less.
Me and Ivan just start limping back to the group. Like, Ivan or Eclipse looks at Ivan like, we have bananas, but my everything hurts. I can't breathe right.
Well, the other two limp back into camp, and it looks like they've been mugged and then beaten up again.
What the hell happened to you two?
Eclipse raises the bushel of bananas. We got bananas.
What did you get in a grudge match with a chimpanzee?
A tweet.
No. We fought the plants.
Get over here, the both of you.
Ugh. But I can feel my feet again. It's okay.
Luna's like on the brink of tears. Like,
Is he gonna be okay?
You'll be alright.
As you're sitting down to eat a banana, you take a bite of the banana and go, I could have tried to shake the tree. Oh well, maybe next time.
Listen, they wanted to climb it. I let them climb it.
Climb tweet.
Hey, you didn't shake the
Alright. Van, I'm going to just get close to Eclipse and just start looking over. Okay, where is the vital point? There we go. And Eclipse, my non-rod hand just hits a pressure point directly on your neck.
Another vertebrae back into place.
There, better.
I think I can feel my pinky toe again.
Understood. Ivan, how wounded are you?
I'll just sleep it
Banana.
off and I'll be fine.
Button. How wounded are you, banana?
The banana.
Okay, but if you
I'm
are
fine.
seriously wounded, tell me. I know how to heal. I know how to heal.
I will just kind of go, yeah, about that. We would have needed that if I also didn't know how to heal.
I mean, yours is limited to your magic, correct?
I
Mine is not.
noted. And then, because I feel like this is just funny, oh wait, I only have the, never mind, I can't do that because I don't have that anymore. I just have the skill for it. Never mind. Do you have your healer's kit near you, though?
Yes.
Cool. Ivan takes one look at it, sees the rusted blood, and goes, "I don't like that," and makes it not.
Thank you. I was meaning to ask if anyone could clean it arcanely before I cleaned it myself.
Zon is passed the fuck out.
Eve saw his favorite spell had been cast and was like, "Yeah, all right, I don't need to do anything." All right.
All is well in the world.
Anyone taking watches through the night?
Eclipse will.
I do not.
I will
Luna,
take one of
Luna
them.
would sit up with her brother to make sure he doesn't kill himself in the middle of the night trying to climb a tree again.
Also, unless you're eating 10 bananas, please mark off a ration from your sheet. You should have 10. You should be down to 9, unless you eat 10 bananas.
I am eating 10 bananas.
I am eating 10 bananas.
So they got the equivalent of 4 rations.
That is a lot of... We took damage.
You know what? Fair enough. You two do deserve it. I'll use one of my normal rations.
I'll use a ration.
They're the ones that went on the banana adventure.
Who else wants 10 bananas?
I'll get my potassium up.
Awesome. Who else wants 10 bananas?
I'm sorry, man. That was a lot of aggression for a potassium transportation device.
One more person can eat bananas.
Fiery's character can eat bananas.
Yeah, we'll have Fire eat the bananas.
Oh
'cause
shit,
he's still
I
not
forget
here.
Fiery's in this campaign. I forget Fiery's in a lot of the campaigns.
He's trying to hook up a new cooler to his PC as we speak.
So that it actually functions.
Ivan will take the the midnight watch wherever it's darkest, just because I've got a thing I want to be able to use.
All right.
What watch are we taking, Eclipse?
I'll take the last one.
Wait, which watches have been taken?
Midnight and the last watch.
We'll take the second watch.
Okay.
Well, given that no one else is here, I guess I'm forced to take one.
Worst case scenario, I can take the first one and then just scold Eclipse before bed.
I mean,
yeah, you could do
how good are your eyes?
We're dogs. We have dark vision.
We're dogs.
How good are your eyes?
I have a 1 in perception.
I have a 2.
Oh boy. I trust in you, I guess.
Thank you.
I trust in the dogs. I hope that this is not a mistake.
Listen,
it will
we're better
be.
at sniffing than we are singing.
Thank you, at least for being honest.
Yippee.
When I say sniffing, I don't mean you. But hi. Go get ready for uni.
I thought she was talking to the cat.
I also thought she was talking to the cat.
No, it was Paige. She came and just suddenly started sniffing obnoxiously loud next to me. Stop. You are gonna cop the sunburn, but you are gonna cop an elbow or a shoulder to the face again.
All right. I'll say, for the most part, the watches are semi-uneventful. I will say, whoever has the watch between 1 and 3 in the morning.
It would be the third watch, right?
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes.
Listen.
You do spot a pair of very bright feline eyes, a good couple, good 80 yards into the jungle that look at the campsite for a little while.
Cool. I am invisible to said creature.
Yeah, the camp isn't.
That's true. If it comes any closer, I'll use just like prestidigitation to make a sharp snapping sound to draw its attention off elsewhere.
Right. Yeah. The eyes don't really get any closer. For about an hour, they watch before it seems like whatever the creature is, it turns away, so the reflections of the eye stops, and it presumably disappears further into the jungle. But that is the first night. You all rouse in the morning and are extremely itchy because you are ridden with bug bites.
Ah.
It's in my fur.
You guys are
Oh.
used to ticks, though.
We've got. Yeah, Van, is this like flea and tick level, or is this like more obnoxious than what we'd be used to?
This is more obnoxious than what you're used to because
Oh.
it's less fleas and ticks, more flies going for your eyes to drink water.
Ah.
Eh.
Yeah. So it's a constant get off of me, get away from me sort of thing.
I think we need to find a bath.
Do we need a big bath?
Probably not big bath, but definitely not small bath. Maybe long bath?
Maybe long bath.
Long bath.
But as you guys begin your travel for this day, about halfway through it, the path forks ever so slightly, but when it forks to the left, you can actually see the end of it, and you see some kind of large statue at the end of this forked path.
Large statue?
Wishes to investigate. And I know Fiery's character. Fiery's character wishes to investigate even though he's not here because he's still fixing his computer. I know what Fiery's character is. He wants to go.
Indeed. As those of you that wish to investigate approach, this is a large statue on a circular stone pedestal. The pedestal itself is about 2 feet high, and the statue stands about 8 feet on the pedestal. The statue is clearly extremely old because all of any features it would have been weathered away. It has one angelic-like wing, and the other one is rubble on the bottom of the pedestal, and it seems to be looking up with its arms outstretched to the sides. But the rain and constant weathering has removed any detail. Around the pedestal itself, though, there are things like broken trinkets, dead flowers, melted wax left over from candles, all on the older end.
Is there any signifier to what kind of god this could be a shrine to at one point?
The majority of the details are gone. You can make an investigation check or a religion check with a very high DC.
Okay, let me take myself off advantage. Investigation.
I will throw guidance at you if you tell me you're trying to find something out.
It doesn't matter.
The only hint at this creature, at this statue's original design, is the angel wing or angel wings that it had. It narrows it down slightly. It could be Lyra. It could be. Let's see here. Could be Arya. The statue isn't made of gold, so it's probably not Avaricia.
Is there any etchings or markings on it?
You see places where there used to be, but it is all just weathered away. It could be Lumen, even.
So my ideal is that I want to leave places better than when I arrived, even if it's only slightly better. So I would like to use prestidigitation to clean up the statue.
Okay. You start to remove an amount of the grime and overgrowth that's begun to take over this place. How much time do you want to devote to it?
Are we pressed for time right now?
No.
Then, I mean, Ivan can catch up quickly if they want to move on. Otherwise, I would say however long it takes to actively clean the statue using a cantrip that only can do up to cubic foot.
About an hour to clean the entire area.
He's fine staying behind to do the full hour to clean it up. It's just how he views the world.
Mm-hmm.
Luna is currently using a tree as a back scratcher.
So is Eclipse. They're using the same tree.
You are more than free to move on, but I will be staying to finish this.
Is anyone going to help, Ivan?
What is he doing again? My brain zoned out.
Cleaning the statue.
Cleaning up the statue and he's cleaning the shrine area.
I can lift anything heavy.
There are a few rocks and boulders that may need moving.
Okay, Eclipse will help.
Does anyone have mending?
No.
I have no magic, I don't think.
Yeah. It's not mending. I got mold earth.
It would work. I could say you could attempt to use mold earth to fix the other wing. You have most of the pieces for it. Even though it doesn't say it melds it, for this purpose, I will let it. You can mold it back together. But you'll need help. You'll need someone to lift it into place. You can reassemble the wing on the ground, but you'll need to do some serious work to put it back into place.
Well, prestidigitation and mold earth are what I can do. I can clean a little bit and I can semi-repair things, but I'm not a
If you
craftsman.
want to repair the statue's wing, that will take a bit more time.
I mean, Ivan's down for it if people are going to let him. He wants to make things just a little bit better in the world.
I don't think I can help lift it, but repairing Eclipse is not delicate enough to help with repairing.
I just got a message from Fiery saying this isn't going well.
Oh no.
No.
Well, that ain't good.
Does Fiery's character have access to mending?
Probably not.
Probably not. No. I've already said that you can do it without mending.
Okay. I mean, As long as you guys are willing to help, we could at least attempt.
Yeah, with the ropes from the pack, you guys could probably hoist the wing, and the spell has a range of 30 feet, so the wing just has to be pulled into place, and then it can be melted.
I can help as much as I can, but I am not strong.
I can hold it in place. I have a 3 in my strength.
Yeah. So, as a group, it takes a few hours. You're not going to get very far through this next hex, but you've repaired the statue and cleaned up the
Shrine.
the shrine itself.
Mm-hmm.
After you guys leave, you camp down for the night. I'll say nothing odd happens in the night, but in the morning you all wake up with one refilled charge of your flask.
Wow.
Hey. That's nice to
As
meet you.
whoever shrine you cleaned up, they appreciated it slightly enough.
Hell yeah.
On to the third day of travel. Uh, bu- 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 Mm. You guys are still moving through now what is now much thicker jungle. The path has shrunk considerably. It's not necessarily rough terrain, but you are having to like chop leaves and branches as you go by just to make room. But there is still a path that you can see. If anyone wants to do or say anything in this third day, go ahead.
Just as a reminder, the only thing we know is that it's a Naya. Like we don't have any piece of cloth or anything that would belong to them. Like we don't have anything outside of just their general description.
You don't even have a description. It's just a naiad that is aether touched.
To find
I don't know. Oh, I don't know.
Is the glow in our hands ever present, though dully?
No.
No.
Only if you were to ever use magic. It glows slightly when you use magic.
Are there any signs of like territorial beasts around? Vinny's character just automatically notices that.
Territorial? No, you haven't noticed. That would be more around where a creature makes its den.
Okay, just recognizes telltale signs of patrols, hunters, or territorial beasts. And finding hidden paths, abandoned dens, or natural refuges.
Yeah, none of that so far.
Cool. I will say that I did see what might have been a large cat beast, panther, or similar the other night, but I haven't seen it since. Just to let the dogs know that there's a big cat out.
I start sniffing.
I will also start sniffing around.
There's lots of smells in this jungle.
Smell.
I think the biggest cat you two would know of would be like a mountain lion. You don't smell anything like that.
I don't smell the big cat.
Listen, my brain was going to say something so off the fucking cuff that I had to actively bite my tongue.
What were you
Say it.
gonna say?
Listen, as a lesbian, I should be good at sniffing out pussy, okay?
Oh my god.
Yeah, queen.
I knew that's where that was going.
Slay! Slay your enemies!
Eclipse is like, oh, I don't smell the big cat.
If you
I
don't
don't
smell
smell
the
it
rabble,
either, but I feel like we need to keep our noses out for it.
I'll keep sniffing. And I just sniff as we walk, just aggressively sniffing.
I'm gonna turn around quickly and slap my hands onto Eclipse's shoulders.
Ha! Whoa! Ha!
Eclipse,
Yeah!
this is our pack. We gotta keep them safe. You gotta keep your nose out for it.
Eclipse's eyes widen, and he reaches out and grabs your shoulders. He has big hands. Your shoulders are encased. he grips your shoulders and goes, "We have a new pack?
We have a new pack. We gotta keep them safe, okay?
Okay, we gotta keep him safe."
And
he pulled.
Alright.
She's gonna go, alright, now get and headbutt him.
Yeah! He headbutts you back.
Everyone else,
is the rest of us in range to see all of this?
Oh, yeah.
Everyone else just sees these two dogs barking and growling at each other before headbutting each other and turning around.
I look over at Eve. Eve, you're Zon, correct? For this? Okay, I'm just making sure. I just look over at Zon. Dude. I have no idea what they are doing, and I'm slightly horrified.
Eclipse pulls out his great axe.
At this point.
Agreed. Agreed.
Luna will pull out her dagger as well.
I think they're planning to. There's the possibility that they are attempting to turn us into ritual sacrifice. It won't work.
It's funny that
but
you
there's
think
the
they're smart or something like that.
Eclipse looks around
No,
at the group.
he has the hope that you're smart enough.
We think you're stupid enough to accidentally do it perfectly.
Magnus has the hope that is the case. That you all are smart enough. It is not, oh yeah, he knows you are, he prays that you are.
What were you gonna say, Vinny?
Eclipse looks out at the whole group and does the I see you, like the my eyes, your eyes kind of thing, just to everyone.
Points, my eyes, your eyes.
Yeah.
Yep, that is a threat, I believe.
Luna watches Eclipse do that, and then she starts doing that to everyone as well.
Alright. As you guys come to this end of this next day of travel, home tonight seems to be a abandoned den. You can't tell what animal once lived here.
We can't smell it?
You telling us we can't sniff it out?
This is a very old den.
Damn.
Like, whatever did live here hasn't lived here for a while. There's no droppings, there's no bones. But something, you can tell something did been here, but it no longer does. It's kind of like basically like a tree has slightly fallen over and pulled up a large rock with it, so the rock sticks out of the ground at an angle, and it creates like this dished campsite that's covered by the rock. I assume the watches are going to stay the same as every night.
Sure.
Yeah,
I have no
now.
preference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do Vinny and I need to go get rations again?
Worst case scenario, I can tag in with Vinny.
If either of you, if you guys go and try and get food again, at least allow me to come with you in case of wounds.
Don't worry. I won't climb the tree again this time.
I
That
can
does
do
not.
that if you want.
Please just do not come back to camp with injuries.
I'd make
We'll
no
try.
promises, but we'll try.
If you do, at least make sure you're able to move and can get back here so I can at least try and heal you before you spend all of your magic.
I'm glad you said that I could come back if I get injuries, because if you didn't, I would have just walked away.
No, you can't.
But
This
he
is
said
our
I couldn't.
pack, remember?
But he said I couldn't come back with injuries.
Just didn't.
That
I don't know.
It's fine. We can come back.
If you are hurt, come back so I can heal you.
Okay.
Okay, we'll be back.
All right.
It's
Luna's gonna pick a
survival,
direction,
right?
start walking and sniffing.
It should be survival. You rolled nature, I think. I'm good at survival.
I've got a +5 to survival.
You guys can try survival.
Yeah, go survival. Oh.
I will also be using guidance on myself.
So Van, when do we find the dysentery snake?
Right now.
Possible. Well, I'm certain form. I cannot. I will not be able to soothe to soothe any dysentery. That's not for a good few levels.
So 13 from me is the highest.
And 4 is the
You
lowest.
guys go, I'll say, 30 minutes deeper into the jungle off the path. Those are some low rolls, and I know you guys automatically find food. It doesn't matter what you roll, you still find food. What you do find is a fresh kill of some animal. It seems to be some kind of primate that has been partially eaten, but it is fresh.
I sniff it.
I was also gonna sniff it.
It smells like blood. Lots of it.
Do I smell anything else on it? Or is the blood too much?
The blood is too much. And
Okay.
the primate itself smells like balls, so...
While Eclipse is sniffing the dead animal, I want to wander a little bit away and try and sniff around and see if I can pick up on a scent of what might have attacked it. And I will roll like arse.
Go ahead and roll investigation.
I'm gonna roll like arse. That's a -1. 7.
You pick up something slightly familiar. You don't know what, though.
Can I follow it? Like, can I figure out which direction it was?
With that roll, no. The smell is all around this area, and you can't find where it enters and exits the area at. Yes, Maverick, how can I help you?
Maverick says I want to sniff.
I'm going east.
We shouldn't stray too far.
I wasn't going to stray too far. I was going to go just into the tree line and stuff and just see if I can sniff around, see if I can find anything.
You three can give me intelligence checks.
Jesus fucking Christ, you want me to fail.
Intelligence? Oh boy. That's
Did you say us 3?
Yeah.
Us 3.
All right, intelligence checks. At least I got a flat 0 to this.
Why do I feel like we're probably not the best people to go out and do this sort of shit?
Oh!
Hey!
Ivan! Alright.
Ivan, on the other hand, at least is a master of nature. The nature calls to him.
It does.
Ivan.
The nature is intelligent.
From what you know / remember, so really from what you remember as you recall this information, what scattered bits remain in your brain. Predators don't typically leave their meal. If they do, they'll drag it up a tree and try and hide it. Well, they don't typically leave it, and there's typically also scavengers on it. There were no scavengers when you arrived.
That's odd, very, especially because it's not like looks like there was anything dead around. So it's, I don't know if it's the meat's safe to eat.
Does the meat smell funny?
It smells like balls because it's a primate.
Van, I wandered off into the tree line
Gorilla.
to sniff around. Do I sniff anything out?
Roll me a. You're using smell. I'll give you investigation advantage.
18.
Yeah.
You smell something feline.
I want to hunt it. If it's a cat, I'm fucking hunting it.
Are you gonna tell Eclipse that you found something to hunt? You don't have to, I'm just asking.
Probably not. She's probably gonna she'll
Just
probably
dashes
smell it
off
and
into
just
the tree line.
it's that like she smells it, the pupils fucking dilate, she's zoned in, she's hunting.
Well, I'm gonna miss the dogs. I won't lie.
I
I'm
just
gonna
one of
miss
them.
Luna.
I assume Eclipse is normally aware of where Luna is. So if Eclipse sees Luna dart off, I would go after Eclipse, so at least we're all together.
Do I see Luna run away?
That's the thing, because Eclipse was sniffing the body when I wandered into the tree line.
Yeah.
To sniff around.
I'm gonna say you two can track each other with scent pretty well.
Yeah, I figured. So even if I don't see her leave immediately, I'd be like, oh, she went this way.
Yeah. So she's only a few footsteps behind. This is gonna be fun.
Cool. I don't have a way to signal back to camp, and we're already 30 minutes away from camp.
Eclipse is gonna, like, after he's done sniffing this monkey that smells like balls, he's gonna look to Ivan and go, it smells funny. And then look around and doesn't see Luna. Where did Luna go?
Oh.
And
Can you find her?
He's gonna start sniffing. How far away would she have gotten by the time I'd be done sniffing the dead animal?
Oh, not
Too far.
long. Like 2 minutes.
Okay.
I have a 35 speed. I hunted.
Eclipse is gonna go, I think she went this way, and he's gonna follow the scent. He's not gonna rush or anything. He doesn't know that there's anything important going, so he's just walking.
I guess if we don't know the hunt's on yet. Ivan's just following behind, and I'm looking for predator marks on like trees and on the ground, because if it was just left out in the open and there's nothing around, something's wrong with it or something's watching.
Eclipse did say it smelled funny. He didn't say it smelled bad. He just said it smelled funny.
But Ivan doesn't recognize that. He just heard you say it smells funny.
That's true.
Yeah, pardon me. I'm just having to grab some stuff. Wasn't prepared.
He's having to make a combat where me and Eve do not participate.
I really wish I had... Do I have nothing I can do? There's no reason you guys would be looking towards the sky.
No. I mean, if you make a loud noise.
But I don't... We're 30 minutes away. Like, I would need something like knock that is...
True.
Because, like, prestidigitation, sure, lets me give a harmless sensory effect such as a shower of sparks, puff of wind, faint musical notes, or an odd odor, but it doesn't say how loud it is, just that it's harmless, so it can't be like enough to damage an earlobe.
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, the biggest thing I could do if they followed us is I can leave up to three instances of the mark an object with just arrows pointing towards where we're going.
I mean, if you really wanted to, you could just go off and me and Luna can handle it temporarily while you guys make your way over. That's if you really wanted to. I don't mind fighting an encounter solo until everyone gets here.
The issue is I would have to backtrack for 30 minutes.
And then backtrack again for 30 minutes with the group.
Oh, yeah.
It's an hour.
So at this point, it's better to have more numbers here. And if we can find a way of giving them, like, I have the 3 instances that'll last an hour. So if anybody does make it towards where we are, they can at least see the arrows pointing towards us. I just can't use prestidigitation again that way. I could set a forest fire. That's just not a good idea.
No, well, it probably wouldn't go that far in the jungle. It's wet.
What if you just got like a whole bunch of sticks and shit and put it in and set it on fire? They'd see the smoke.
You just made the thing. It won't go very far. As long as I chill the grass with one prestidigitation around an area, I can then set a fire to that primate so that there's smoke in the air, and that's at least a signal. And then I can use the 3 instances of prestidigitation to at least point towards where we're going.
True.
And that doesn't take but like 20 seconds for me to do.
Fair enough.
So, primate bonfire and marking trees as I go after Eclipse.
That's what I need.
Do I have... I mean, we have a whistle I could use. I just don't know how loud the whistle is.
The whistle to call your horse?
To call my horse.
Hmm.
That work?
I mean... I guess I'll use the whistle, then. And I'll just try and make it as loud as possible when I'm calling the whistle.
Alright.
To hopefully garner some sort of attention. I know we're pretty far away, unfortunately. But, like, if it's...
Alright, would Zahn and... Oh, it's also nighttime. Would Zahn and, brain dying.
Magnus?
Magnus like to make perception checks to see if you notice the sound of the whistle.
They're both muted.
They're
both
both
I don't know if they... Yeah.
Well, I can't wait to roll badly on this and just be left out for another hour. Okay.
Hey, you can maybe hear the whistle, and there's also smoke.
The smoke would be more helpful if you guys could see over the treetops. You can't.
Yeah.
But they might be able to smell the smoke
Yeah.
as they get closer. If they decide to move the way that we went.
What the heck? There's a mischance on my desk.
I mean, 17's pretty good. Hopefully, you can hear the whistle.
Good mischance. All right, and Eve is still away.
What's up?
No, he's unmuted. Perception.
Perception check, Eve, to see if you
Perception.
can hear the sound of a whistle.
21.
You both hear the sound of a whistle in the distance, the direction that the group went.
That isn't good. Let's go.
Also, immediately bonus action dismiss it, the horse, because I don't need it in this area. By the way,
this area is rough terrain since you're off the path.
that's fine. My features just say myself and Eclipse currently, because they're next to me, ignore rough terrain.
So me and Eve will be moving at half speed to get you guys, even dashing.
All right. Luna, that smell starts to get stronger as you are running through the jungle. What are you gonna keep going? What are you doing?
She'd probably keep going. She doesn't probably have the brain power to stop and self-preservation. She's just, I smell cat. I want to kill. I want to get it.
All right.
I want to catch it.
You do everything with your brother, though.
Yeah, but I also feel like hunting becomes a competition.
Yeah.
Well, it's at least I want to prove that I can catch something without having to use my tits for it.
All right. Luna, you keep running probably for another few minutes.
She's like on all fours.
Yeah.
Booking it.
That smell gets stronger and stronger and stronger, and eventually you find an area where you just start to circle. There's a 24 hit, Luna.
Yeah.
Luna, you are pounced on. You can make a strength saving throw or be knocked prone.
A strength save. 17.
You resist being prone.
Nice.
But
you resist being prone.
How
Too bad
much
that you're about to have
damage
your HP halved in right now.
I can hear the dice bag.
Yeah, I'm looking for my D10. I was in D10. I feel like someone has come and systematically removed all the D10s from my bag. I'm for real. There's one. All right, I'll work with that. So Luna, you take 11 slashing damage as this dire tiger pounces on you.
Okay.
And I need to change. All right, Luna, I need you to roll initiative. The moment I get the.
I was gonna say I need the
tracker out.
initiative tracker.
There we go.
How long before me and Ivan get on there?
22.
She was 2 minutes of running ahead of you, but Luna, do you ignore difficult
We
terrain?
are not going to get there and before this combat ends, Finny.
No.
So
A
you would
single
be running
round
at
of
half
combat
speed.
is 6 seconds. We are not making it.
I should ignore difficult terrain because of
You
my
two are ignoring difficult terrain. So she ran for a good 2 minutes before you noticed she was gone.
But she's at difficult terrain.
At best, Van,
But
that
she-
means that it would be a full minute, 10 rounds before they made it.
That was just the time between. So I'm gonna say there was about 3 minutes of distance between them. So it would take 1.5 minutes for the two of them to catch up.
15 rounds, probably. So no, none of us are making it in time.
Yeah, 15 rounds. Alright, let me roll initiative for the dire tiger. 15. So you go first, Linda. It's 17. Doesn't matter. Add turn 17. Alright, Luna. You're up first.
I need a con save.
Alright. What's the DC?
12.
Alright, it fails with a 10.
Fuck yeah. Life and death situation, 18.
18.
Thunder.
I think it's also pushback.
Yeah, should
I
be.
believe it does.
How far?
10 feet.
10 feet.
But she's like, oh,
Too close.
no close. Goodbye. Back off. How's my action? I'm just trying to think roughly how much movement it would probably have. I'm gonna back up 30.
You can use your whole movement and do 35 with that extra 10. Or extra 5, sorry.
I'm gonna say Vex. I want to still be within range to do shit myself. I don't want to put myself out of range.
Okay. The dire tiger's turn. That's one round done. Dire tiger will move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And then it will pounce for 10 feet.
I don't know if this helps, but Thunderwave also made a thunderous boom audible out to 300 feet.
Oh yeah, you guys
Yes,
definitely heard it.
Oh.
You definitely heard the thunder wave go off.
And the really fun thing is, Eclipse. She has cast this spell recently. This is what she cast before she was shot in the chest.
I do know that.
We'll miss Luna. We will.
Oh, is that Van?
14 to hit.
Meets it beats.
Alright, you're going to take damage and you need to make another strength save.
Nah, I'm prone now.
No.
You take 14 slashing damage,
Yep.
and then it gets to make a bonus action attack.
Okay.
Bonus action. Probably good. Oh wait, no, it doesn't get to make a bonus action. That's weird. Most houses have that ability, but this one doesn't.
It's good for us. Yippee.
All right, your turn.
I think now would be a good time to remember to remind people that we have essence abilities.
You do have essence abilities.
I was like, I gotta figure out where that is again.
Yeah.
I would hit for the players. It's under rules.
How much essence do we start off with again?
We didn't start off with any. We have a total of 120.
Yeah, we've got 120.
That's what I meant.
Our cap for that is 140, by the way.
Yeah.
Basic run bonus action. That one's that's attackable.
With how you've been rolling, that one's not even gonna help me. I'm gonna use essence.
Mm-hmm.
For basic of essence strike.
Okay.
I'm gonna use my dagger.
All right. 10 does not hit.
Luckily for you, that stays on your dagger until you hit.
But that's not gonna really matter. That's my turn because I can give myself a bardic inspiration.
Did you want to do that before you
can
attack?
I could never remember if I can. No, I can't.
You can't bardic inspiration yourself?
You can't.
You can inspiration others.
Yeah, you don't. You're not able to give yourself bardic inspiration
so
until
yeah.
like 14th level.
That's my turn.
Another good one to keep in mind is the bolster armor. It reduces the damage by 10 next time you take damage.
Yeah, but Vinny, the way that he's been rolling, even the reduced by 10 is still not gonna do anything for me.
No.
I mean, you can use that as a reaction, so.
It'll keep you alive a little bit longer.
Vinny, I'm on.
Alright, it goes back to the Dire Tiger's turn. And it's going to make a bite attack. Yeah, it's gonna go for the throat, in all honesty.
Yeah. It makes sense if she's prone.
Shit. Total of 9 to hit.
No.
Alright. Luna, your turn. I am tracking the rounds, by the way.
Okay, since we heard the boom, would that mean we're traveling faster? Because we hear...
I have assumed you've been traveling at...
Can't go faster than full speed.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'll take off...
That's gonna be for me at the moment.
I'll take off 2 rounds, so it's still 10 rounds away.
Okay.
Hey Van, I'm prone underneath it, aren't I?
Yes.
I need another con save.
All right. 8.
Fails.
19 thunder damage. All right. And does that mean it gets launched 10 feet
No.
into the air?
Shatter,
that's
shatter
shatter.
doesn't push.
Oh, okay.
No.
Remember. Okay, different shit.
No, this one was shatter.
All right.
But this is just another loud boom.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, because I'm pinned. Like, I'm underneath and I can't really move, and I don't have any bonus action shit.
I mean, you could use half your movement to stand up. It's not holding you prone.
Oh, I
At
thought
least-
because it pounced at me that I was, like, on the ground and it was hovering over me.
It is hovering over you. There, and you can use half your movement to stand up. There's nothing saying it is keeping you on
Like
the
pin.
ground.
You're
yeah,
not-
you're
Okay, then yeah.
grappled.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're-
Yeah, yeah,
I've still
it
got to
would-
make another check, though, don't I? To make sure it doesn't get an attack of opportunity from standing.
Grit and glory rule.
yeah, that's...
Oh, thank fuck. Then, yeah, I'll use half my movement and stand.
All right, cool. Just so you know, that takes 40, 12 piercing damage off the bite attack. Because the bite attack
Yeah.
does an extra 40, 12 damage if you're prone.
I see. Thanks.
It's a good thing you're up now.
She's like, yeah, we're
Just
gonna
an
stand
extra
up every
40,
time.
12. Yep. She's gonna force herself to her feet.
Dirty 20 to hit
It hits.
on the bite attack.
Do you use your reaction for the resistance?
You could wait, yeah. You could wait
What
to see
resist-
how much the
Well, yeah, what resistance am I having?
the bolster armor.
resistance.
I didn't take bolster
It's a
armor.
reaction.
It's a reaction.
It's a reaction.
Yeah.
So-
Then yeah, fuck it, I'll use that. How much did that say it was?
30.
So hold on, you don't have to spend it until you take the damage.
Yeah, until
Okay.
you know how much damage it is, you don't have to use it. But it is an option if it's too much damage. That's why
Okay.
we're mentioning it.
$23 piercing damage.
Yeah, there's no point me using that. And just for the funsies, I'm gonna do all of these to GM. Bye bye. Have fun at uni. Anything else, Van?
No, the combat is over.
No, it's not.
I guess technically not. You could still roll a natural 20, yeah.
Mm.
Go ahead and roll them. Let's see here. They have. Hold on. That would have been 1 round right there. So they have 9 rounds. That would have been another round right there. 8 rounds. Give me another death save. All right. 7 rounds. Give me 1 more death save. All right. That's another round. Okay. All right. So, Eclipse and Ivan. After a little bit more running, you reach the area you believe the sound was emanating from.
Mm-hmm.
Pardon me, let me drag your characters onto the map. Eclipse. And the first thing you come upon is the tiger-like creature. It is hunched over, consuming something.
Eclipse is gonna instinctively pull out a spear and throw at it.
All right. Go ahead and roll initiative, both of you.
Awesome. I don't know what it's eating, but I'm gonna kill it.
All right. So here's this, and it's not quite right as... actually, hold on. Do I want to do this? It has a 17. I don't need to use that. So yeah, 21 would be fine.
Initiative anyways, because technically it's different. Its initiative is instead a 15.
Also, Van, I don't know where the dock is.
Which one?
The races and shit.
Okay.
Because it's not in any of the thingies.
Sharing it now.
Thank you. I also need a character sheet because it won't let me add one.
Damn.
It said, okay, you no longer partake in this campaign. Farewell.
Waverly, what is with you and every campaign having at least one character die within like the first few sessions?
Listen, I have no idea. This character wasn't smart to begin with anyway. I didn't have faith that she was gonna live long anyway. If that sounds really bad, but...
All right, Ivan. What are you doing?
Cool. Is it still like hunched over and everything, or did Luna's
the spear has not been thrown yet?
Spear's not been thrown yet.
Yeah.
I can't see dead Luna.
Not yet.
Cool. Big tiger. Yeah. All right, so Dread Ambusher is going to give me increased walking speed for this turn, and if I take an attack action, an additional weapon attack is part of that action, and if that attack hits, an extra d8. Foe Slayer is going to be able to do this. I can use it on before or after the roll, before any effects. Awesome. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna pull out my my bow, and I'm going to attempt an attack at it. Has it noticed our presence?
No.
It's too busy eating.
So will this be at advantage then?
Yes.
Okay. So that's going to be short bow at advantage. Give me 1 second. Don't say if that hit or not, because I will elect to use Foe Slayer and give that a plus. I think it's +3.
Add your wisdom
+3 to that.
Yeah.
So that's a 16 to hit.
Uh, 16 hits.
Okay. Having said that, favored foe, I'll use that to mark it. So this will increase it by the damage by a d4. And then Dread Ambusher says if I take the attack action, I can make an additional weapon attack. Okay, so this first one is just going to be the D4 plus the short bow. So short bow plus a D4. It's going to be a total of 7 piercing, and then I make a second attack as part of that same action. Short bow. At advantage. 22 to hit. If 16 hit, 22 hits. 3 plus an additional D8. Dash R. 1D8. Whoa, that's an extra 4. I mean, it's better than nothing. But that's my attack action.
What's the total damage?
4 and 4, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 total damage.
All right.
And I can't. This is a bonus action. No, I'll leave off on that. I'm gonna stay where I am because it's at least 50 feet away.
Okay.
So, on my turn.
The creature will turn and Eclipse, as it turns, it has the partially eaten, lifeless body of Luna in its jaws.
Hmm.
And it will drop her and 5, 10, 15, 5, 30, and then pounce at Ivan for the last 10 feet of its movement. And go for a claw attack. Total of 26 to hit.
Yeah.
15 strike saving throw, or be knocked prone.
26 will hit.
16 slashing damage.
Strength save.
Alright, you resist being knocked prone.
And I will use the 30 reaction for armor to reduce the damage by 10.
Okay.
So you said it was
Burn the
how
acid.
much?
Let's
What?
reduce the damage by 10, yeah.
The damage was 16, so you take 6.
Take 6, okay. That was 30, so I was going to save this, but needed to use it. So 6 damage. Okay.
Eclipse.
I'm immediately raging.
Mm-hmm.
You had a thrown thing.
I didn't get to do that first. That was
Yeah.
gonna be like a surprise attack, but I'm instead gonna change the fact that I'm throwing a javelin because it's in my face. I'm not gonna throw a javelin because it's in my face. Unless I have to throw the javelin.
No.
Okay. So I'm raging, definitely recklessing, because we're pissed, we're angry, we're mad, we're upset, we're angry. Double checking what I have. So Ivan, I don't know how well you'd see this since you're fighting up against this guy, but you hear Eclipse start screaming and yelling and just getting angry, and then he grows claws, and he's gonna make a claw attack on this guy. Killing myself.
12 just misses.
I'm gonna lose it.
You could have moved for flanking, and you would have had advantage +1. Do you want to go and do that?
Yes.
Instead? All right, that would have made it to where you just hit.
Thanks.
Remember flanking.
I forgot about flanking. 6 damage.
All right, it's still up.
That's my turn. Bonus action. That's it.
All right, Ivan.
All right, Ivan should not be using his short bow at this range, so he's going to be doing stab attacks. Would this be at advantage since I resisted being knocked prone?
What do you mean?
Flanking?
Well, yeah, you are flanking, yes.
Cool. So rapier at advantage. For crit!
Nice.
I will elect to use the extra 3 damage for my wisdom, or the 3 for damage rather than to the attack roll. So this is going to be rapier plus 2d4 because I have the thing. Flavored bow. Plus another 3, so 12 plus 10, 22.
22 total?
Yep.
All right.
And then that's the... Does this let me get an attack right now or no? No, I should have. That's fine. I guess I don't really have anything I can do, so yeah. No, I kind of just have to end.
All right. It goes back to the Dire Tiger's turn. It's going to go for a bite attack against you, Ivan, because you're the one dealing most damage to it. That is 23 to hit.
23 will hit.
Mm-hmm. That's you're not prone, so you don't take the extra 40, 12. You just take 2d12, 5. You take 18 slashing damage.
Okay.
Right, that ends its turn. Eclipse.
I'm just gonna keep clawing at it, I guess, yeah.
Alright.
Well, no, I should be able to... No, I'm gonna use my great axe. I'm gonna pull out my great axe and I'm gonna swing at it.
Alright, roll to hit. Advantage +1, because if you're recklessing.
Yep, still recklessing, so 20.
20 hits.
9, 10, 11.
How do you want to do this?
I am gonna slice it down the middle.
Alright.
Just bisect that bitch.
Big Tiger. You can put a good attempt into it, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I will attempt it. Even if I don't get it, I'm gonna attempt it.
Alright. With that, the Dire Tiger falls.
even though it's still dead, Eclipse is still just slamming his great axe down into this dead tiger. Just heaving, yelling, raging, just slamming his axe down into this dead tiger.
Alright.
Ivan kind of like falls to his ass, bleeding and very exhausted, hurt.
Oh. Eclipse will probably go for like another minute or two before he also stops mutilating this poor tiger. I'm so sorry, Austin, but Eclipse just like doesn't even look at you. He just slowly walks over this way. And then he sits on the ground. And then he starts crying. He just starts ugly crying.
Does he do the animal thing where they curl around the hurt?
He's just howling.
Yeah, kinda. His face is disgusting. He's got snot running down it. He's howling. He's sobbing. He's making all sorts of disgusting noises. He is upset.
I was about to ask Van, how long does it take for us to finally make it?
A few minutes after the fight ends.
We came as soon as we heard the... Oh dear. What happened?
There is a finely diced tiger in front of you.
Ivan will just speak up in a soft voice, and Luna ran off. Obviously caught the smell of the tiger. We came not even a minute, maybe two, on her tail, and when we arrived, things had already. She's no longer with us.
Magnus will just nod to Ivan and walk up beside Eclipse, beside his sister.
Is ugly. He is sniveling. He is covered in tears and snot and just he looks ugly. He is so he's holding on to what's left of his sister that wasn't eaten.
There's this big chunk missing from her neck, at least.
Yeah, her neck and most of her bottom half. It's gone.
He is now also covered in blood then.
Mm-hmm.
Well, some of it's hers, some of it's the tiger's.
I need a quick second, but let me see here. What is it? Which exactly? I'm trying to make sure that I do something right for being in character. Magnus will look over all of this and will gently place his good hand on part of what remains of her and then issue out a prayer to Lubin. Great God of hope and despair, if you would be so inclined to give our friend a second chance if you are able, I beseech thee. If not, then please give her brother the hope to carry on and continue forward despite this pain. And After letting out that prayer, he will stand. He will put a hand on Eclipse's shoulder. I am sorry that I was not here for you.
Eclipse doesn't even like notice you walk up. He's not. To put it simply, he's just everything around him doesn't exist anymore. It's just him and his sister. That's where he is right now. He did not.
Magnus will just nod. He understands and will step back to the rest of the party. Well, this is not ideal, but we cannot stop due to just one tragedy.
No.
I have seen many good people die, her among them. I will not cry out of respect for all of them. Was the beast at least wounded when you came across it?
It was.
When we arrived, it did have scorch marks and tears.
Then
She
she went
fought
out
valiantly.
like a warrior. I pray that whatever gods that her people worship take her into their arms with pride. Knowing that even despite it all, she stood and fought to the end.
Yeah, we do.
I believe that we are going to need to leave Eclipse with her for at least a little while. They are going to... He's going to need to take time to...
Ivan kind of gets this like set look on his face and goes, "I won't let this go to waste. Help me carve it. We will feast on the remains so that all of us may partake of a great warrior."
I will assist as well as I can, my friend.
Then I would like to carve the big tiger.
You can carve the big tiger.
And I will aid.
Vinny, I know you said you chopped it in little bits, but I will offer the pelt can magically be okay if you want the pelt to carry that with you and or make it into a badass cloak.
I'm not taking anything from the tiger.
Oh,
just objectively, I will not be taking anything from that tiger.
Ivan, it's not that he's like dispassionate, but like he doesn't remember much about his old life anymore, and the closest thing he can do is, "This is rations now."
Yeah.
So if we lose the pelt, because Vinny has decided as much, I understand.
No,
I still would like to carve.
You guys can have the pelt if that is an option that Van wants to put on the table.
No, I was mainly putting that out is if Eclipse wanted to keep it as a thing of this creature hurt my sister, killed my sister, and now I wear it. I
With
kill
pride.
it, I wear it with pride, so on and so forth. That kind of thing. So that's why I was giving you that option.
Gotcha.
But if you want it, you don't have to have it.
I guess it would be fine if I take the pelt. It would kind of work with what I wanted to do anyway. So sure, I'll take the tiger pelt.
You get the pelt, and the pelt comes with the big fangs on the front.
Okay.
Do I need to roll survival for anything or no?
Yeah. you get more meat than you guys can actively
Cook and
deal.
eat. Yeah.
So what I'll say is you guys can get probably about 15 rations worth of food each off of this creature. Any more is more than you can carry and more than you'll be able to eat before it goes bad.
Are we also able to reclaim any equipment she had
Yes.
that was not destroyed during the conflict?
I can tell you guys that I had obviously my Aether Flask and the Gilded Horseshoe. I had rope, a quarterstaff, and a dagger. I didn't
feel
have
like
much.
I feel like it's probably a thing of the flask and the horseshoe disappeared on your death.
The flask and horseshoe have turned to cast iron.
Yeah, so they're inert now.
You can sell the cast iron as money.
I will grab them so I can give them to Waverly's next character.
They probably already have one, in all honesty.
Oh, like I'm halfway through creating a character.
So, where's the nearest tree? I need to know, like, the nearest big tree. I need a big tree.
Before we continue a little bit,
Mm.
Eclipse, you start to notice off the edges of the tree line from this various scavenging animals that are waiting for you to leave.
They're waiting for me.
Eclipse,
Would Luna want to be returned to Earth or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that. So the problem is, Eclipse knows that's the right decision, but in his little tiny peanut brain, he's like, "But that's my sister."
Man, it was any of my it may be a really dumb question. The purple that she had on her.
Yeah.
Did that survive the attack?
Yeah.
Oh no, I was planning to take your purple. That was mine.
Yeah.
I'm taking your purple.
Purple stained with blood.
I'm taking the purple. The purple's mine.
You know what? Magnus is going to look over his shoulder at the part of her dress that she used so that she ripped up to help him hide his arm, and he just nods to himself. I was going to replace this. I am not anymore.
Eclipse is just gonna... He's still sniveling and crying, but not as much. He's gonna go over to his sister after taking the pelt, and he's gonna gently unwrap the purple from her. And he's gonna wear it as a scarf.
Magnus will just put a hand on your arm. Do you need assistance? I do not know what I can do, but...
She's gonna go back to the earth. Still. There's not much else I can do. He's just sniveling.
It is okay, my friend. She fought proudly.
Oh, welcome, Fiery. PC death.
Which one?
Luna.
Waverly.
I attacked a big cat. The big cat attacked me back.
Did you shatter too close to the sun?
Kinda, actually.
I thunder waved and shattered a bit too close to the big cat.
So the answer was yes.
The answer was yes.
You shattered too close to the sun.
Magnus will help Eclipse do whatever is needed. He will do his best to aid Eclipse.
Pitch black. This all happened at night.
Yeah. There's not much you can do. He's just going to leave her here, outside of taking her purple.
Do you wish to at least bury her? That way, as he
No.
looks over to the tree line.
She's returning to
Those
the earth.
beasts. Well, it is your decision. I will not stop you, though. I can see that other creatures are not as, will not be as hopeful as he just looks over at the tree line to look at all of the scavengers, because he does have 120 feet of dark vision.
I also have dark vision. I see them.
Yeah, how far of a range do you got, though?
Dark vision. I'll look in a bit. But above game,
Yeah,
I was
I
planning
can
to
see
bury
clearly.
her, but I was told to leave her to the earth, so I'm assuming that means not burying her.
Wait. Okay, no. When I said
also-
return to Earth, I meant bury me in the ground so that I can decompose into the Earth. That's what I was meaning. I didn't realize you. I didn't realize. I missed what you were meaning. Sorry, Vinny.
That's okay. Then yeah, I will bury her. I wanted to bury her underneath the tree, cause big tree, big stick.
Big
I
tree
will,
is indeed big stick.
I will help dig out a grave for her.
I'm gonna use my fucking claws. I'm just digging with my bare ass hands.
How deep are you going?
At least 6 feet deep. I'm gonna dig for at least an hour.
I'm 6 feet from
I don't care if I get a level of exhaustion. I'm fucking digging.
Yeah, I will help to at least hopefully alleviate a little bit of that. I only have one arm that I can safely do so with, but my hand is large. Also, I just realized I don't think we ever replaced the token.
Which token?
For me.
Oh, no, we have not. I think
we replaced the art, but we didn't replace the token yet.
I need to do that.
Yeah, we'll need to do that before next time. It's fine.
You dig a hole about 7 feet deep. You put her down. You put some dirt and then some stones just to make
I was
sure.
already put down.
Yeah, some stones and then more dirt and then more stones just to make sure nothing digs her up. And then you can put a big old rock on top.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Luna's dagger and I'm gonna carve the letter L, or just a shape that would represent, because I don't know letters.
May I?
Okay.
I will do my best to carve like a stylized L into the tree trunk. As well as under that, I will carve out the symbol of my god of Lumen to hopefully at least give them a bit more hope in whatever way they go.
All right.
And then I will hand the Eclipse back the dagger.
He will take in pocket.
I know it is painful. It will take time. However, from my time alive, I've seen a lot of good people fall. Some in worse ways than others. It will not get easier to recover from this. But rather than being sad and out of the pain of losing her, go forward and fight on to make her proud.
I'm so sorry, Nimba. You're saying so many big words. This dumb, sad dog doesn't know what half of them mean. But he's just gonna nod along. 'Cause he knows you means well.
Come. Let's go back to our camp. so we may rest. There's nothing left for us here.
Eclipse will follow everyone back.
As you guys return to camp, a little bit later to bed than you normally are, you can all take your watches. Whose watch is after Ivan's?
Mine.
Ivan, Zahn comes to relieve you of your watch, and you go lay down on your bed mat and find yourself quicker to sleep than normal.
Uh-oh.
Dun, 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 dun.
Okay.
You open your eyes to that endless, starry void.
I feel like Ivan's heart rate jumps, but like he doesn't quite understand why yet. Like he's had the one really bad dream, but that was he doesn't have the context anymore because of how his mind is broken.
Mm-hmm. About 50 feet away from you floats that odd doorway. Like a door out of a 18th century mansion.
Is it closed this time?
It's closed.
I guess I attempt to look around. Is there anything else but the door here?
No, it's just an endless starry void.
I guess he has no reason not to. Like, he understands that it's like creepy, but this is the only way to progress the dream, so he can actually get rest. He'll float closer to the door.
All right. Its brass knob sits there, ready to be opened. If you inspect the door, its white paint is peeling. There is a little viewing window, a little peephole, but not for this side.
Silly, but he will attempt to look through the people. Like, does the knob on the door, is it just like solid, or is it like a key door?
It's solid.
Or there's a keyhole? Solid. I guess after a moment of trying to peer through the people to no avail, because that's not how keyholes work, he'll take a deep breath and grab hold of the door, or the doorknob, and he'll open the door.
On the other side is the familiar mirror. But what is unfamiliar about it is the fact that you do not seem to have a reflection.
That's something I need to get back to.
That's odd. I guess without stepping into the room, keeping like my hand on the door knob, I would like to. Is there anything else in the room besides the mirror?
There is no room. You open the door just directly to the mirror.
Gotcha. He's gonna just bloody hell. Hello?
No response. Just an empty mirror.
This is probably a bad idea, but nothing is happening, nothing's moving along. So he'll reach out and knock on the mirror.
You don't get a response. Just solid glass.
I guess I step back out and go to close the door.
You turn to grab the doorknob, and then you catch something out of the corner of your eye behind you.
I guess I turn back.
You are suddenly nose to nose, facing away from the mirror with the version of yourself that isn't quite right, with the pointy teeth and the deep sunken eyes.
I guess I would like that's a startle, but like he was expecting to see this creature earlier in the mirror anyway, so it's not like scream in terror, but like hello.
The creature grabs your shoulder and goes, "Welcome back, friend."
He just kind of it's disturbing, but like he has no way to progress anything. So he just it's nice to see you. What is this place?
Its head will tilt, but the way it tilts is just unnatural. It's like it's trying to mimic curiosity. This is where you left us. All by ourselves. But we found a way out.
He'll respond. I'm sorry you were left behind. I don't remember anything.
Oh, none of you do. But when you do, it makes it easier for us. Now do me a favor and hold still.
What?
And he'll grab you and pull you closer and start grabbing at your face. I need you to let me in. And he'll take one of his fingers to your eye, and he'll start to attempt to push his finger into your eye. Let me in! 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 and you awake to the morning sunrise in severe pain, and your vision blurred. Probably screaming. Yeah. Everyone else wakes up to Ivan screaming bloody murder.
Am I screaming anything specific or just screaming?
In pain.
Okay.
There's so much pain. So much pain.
Someone messaged him, but the body horror's done.
I guess I'm like in the middle of screaming, like pawing at my face, trying to see because I woke up half unable to.
Yeah, you're pawing at your face and you move and you rub your face and you have some blood trickling from your eye, from your left eye.
I guess it would take me like a minute or so to slowly come off of the screaming in agony and terror. At this point, I just close my eyes entirely because I'd rather. It makes very little sense, but he would rather be blind himself than have had something cause it to him. So he's willingly like scrunched up his eyes, like it's not real, it's not real, it's not real.
What are the rest of you doing?
Eclipse is just confused. He doesn't know why we're yelling.
I just watch.
I just watched.
Yeah.
Yep. He wakes up and starts screaming and his eye is bleeding. That's all you guys can figure out just from looking at it.
Is Ninja here?
No, Ninja's deafened.
Ninja's not, but he should be. Spooky time done.
Apologies.
That's right.
My brain was like, I cannot function on that right now.
Yeah. What you wake up to, Magnus, is Ivan screaming in pain, and when you look over, his eye is bleeding, and he is screaming in pain.
All right. Immediately just hit a pressure point. Just pressure point directly on the neck. Heal it up.
He currently has his eyes scrunched closed, like he does not open them at all, and he's just like at this point just muttering to himself, "It's not real. It's not real."
You are okay. You are fine. What happened?
Ivan takes like a couple shuddering breaths, and he still doesn't open his eyes, but he's just the dreams again. The thing was, I saw it. It wasn't in the mirror. I turned and it was right there, just face to face. It wanted in. It was trying to gouge out my eye or go in. I don't know, but it kept screaming, "Let me in!" And it's not real. It's not real.
Okay, stay calm. You are all right. Whatever that creature is, it is not here.
Magnus, I couldn't see. I don't know. I don't know if I open my eyes, I can see anymore.
If you cannot, then I will help. Then I will help guide you, regardless of the case.
He takes another couple shuddering breaths before, like, he'll open the right eye first because that was the one that was working for the most part, and then he'll open the left eye.
Your vision is blurry, but that's both because of all the blood in your eye. A good few minutes of blinking, and your body does its job of cleaning your eye, and maybe some water poured out washing it as well. It is bloodshot. Magnus, if you want to make a medicine check, you can.
If I see you getting out,
Say fucking less.
I was gonna say, if you were gonna give me, if you're pulling out items, I was gonna give you guidance.
Magnus, as you look over this, it doesn't have any lesions, any scratches, anything like that. Whatever caused his eye to bleed, it is internal because he has no signs of injury on the outside. You can't, beyond a vessel exploding behind his eye, you cannot see any earthly reason why he was bleeding.
Okay. I've just checked it out. You're all right. There's nothing physically wrong with your eye, at least on the outside. My best case is that it was a ruptured blood vessel or something outside of my medical expertise. Well, I wouldn't say expertise, but skills.
Having kind of just latched, like, he knows on an instinctive level what caused it, but there's a doctor saying that it could have just been something mundane that he just can't see without, surgical tools, and he clings to that at the moment, like, blood vessel. Okay, not anything to worry.
Though I will have to say, if whatever these nightmares you are speaking of, you will need to explain this to us. You've not told. I do not know if you've told any of the others, but I know that you have not told me.
I am.
You are an ally, and I will not. And I wish to know what the few that I have chosen to work with are having to deal with. Because if I can help, I will.
I'll tell you this: that I do not have most of my memories. I get bits and pieces every now and then, but something happened to erase them.
And there
Things
was
I pieced together.
And there's that creature that you were raving about.
What I pieced together, talking to the lady, the vampires. I am from Erebosia, where there is a affliction that can happen to my people, and apparently this happens to a vast majority of them. We are subject to terrible dark dreams. They call it I believe she referred to it as the nightmare tide. It's few of us go completely insane. Others of us, we get so enraptured with arcane dealings, and some of us just go missing. It afflicts all of us in our sleep for the most part. And the little she told me is we've claimed to have faced this affliction under a different name before, but that our people, it's not, there's not much known, and what is known is essentially state secrets and not told to the common person. What I can experience is, say, starry void. Black spots of light, but nothing but the door. It's always the same. It's antique. There's a peephole on it that doesn't face the side when you see it. Chipped and with a large brass knob. If you open it, on the other side is a mirror. And in the mirror, or at least it used to be in the mirror, is this creature. Creature I see looks, sounds, mimics myself, but with harsher portions. Everything is it's more sinister. It's got completely black eyes, rows of sharpened teeth. It attempts to mimic emotions, curiosity, anger, happiness. But it's like looking at something and knowing you should do something, but never having done it. You can give a good ploy, but if someone knows what it is, they would know you are faking.
I see.
It's like it's been stuck on some other side. It keeps saying that we left it behind. I can only assume it means my people, and that it's making its way back. That it's found a way. I don't know how, I don't know what. Last night it wasn't in the mina. It was attempting to maul my eye, go into it. It just kept screaming to let me in.
Unfortunately, I do not know of anything like this from my travels. Personally. But whatever the case, as long as we continue to work together, I shall stand by thy side. Maybe, for some, it is possible that your people have lost their minds, but I will always, if I can, I will always find a way to bring you back.
It is appreciated.
None, don't appreciate me yet. Appreciate me when when I've actually had the chance to do something good.
I suppose we're all awake now. Let's get on with our day.
Well, it was a little difficult to sleep with the scraping.
You just don't sleep hard enough.
Fair enough.
All right. I believe this will be the 4th day of travel. You guys are about a day behind now, basically. As you guys, as the party continues to move through the jungle, you begin to enter a more sodden section of jungle. More swamp-like. And as you reach a bend in the road, you all notice this stone marker that's tilted to one side and halfway sunk. And it has something inscribed on it. It would be an old Stygian, which is basically the Old English equivalent of Stygian. Just it's close enough to common to pick up on.
It's just a little. It's just enough off that you're like, oh fuck, why do they put a U there?
Yeah.
Comment on us putting U's in words.
What the fuck is color? What's color?
Listen here. What's favor? FAVOR. What the fuck is that?
Flavor. display board.
Listen, extra letters is funny.
What it translates to is this path is claimed.
Well, I have a feeling that it isn't as claimed anymore. Or maybe it is claimed. And we'll have to deal with that problem.
What that actually means, none of you know.
Well, we're going. I don't think we have any other options, so we're going anyway.
You aren't wrong. You said this was like kind of sunken into the ground?
Yeah,
Cool.
It's fairly swampy.
Cool. It's very silly, but Ivan's ideal comes in. He's gonna just raise it up out of the ground just a bit, clean it up with prestidigitation. Yeah, now everybody can read it.
All right.
It still says the same thing, right? There's no like hidden letters that were just left away from it being left there for so long.
There's an extra U.
No, at the bottom it just says check out Pokemon campaign on Saturdays.
No.
No?
I rubbed that out.
Streamed every Saturday.
Not even that. It's hopefully every other Saturday. Keywords hopefully.
You guys continue for the rest of the day, and you set down for the night. And go ahead and discuss who's taking what watch.
I'll take the last one.
I take the midnight shift.
I'd offer to take one, but
You're dead?
Yeah.
We have to find you again.
I know that Vinny takes one, so I will take the. I think it's the first watch that needs to be taken, so I'll take it.
My ghost is just lingering above Eclipse.
You're a scout for her, or for him, even though he can't hear you.
Yep. So I'm gonna be just screaming
Stab
at him.
Stab
You're
him in
going
the ankle
wrong
there.
way! No idea if it's the right way or not. But he can't hear it, so it's fine.
Look at that bug!
Every once in a while, just a random bark just echoes through the distance.
There'll be wolves in these woods.
Oh, heck yeah, Ghost Wolf. Woo! You see, there are two wolves inside of you. One of them is a barbarian. The other one is dead.
The other one's just fucking dead.
All right.
The other one just how it got here.
The night watches go off without issue because there's no longer an encounter with a dire tiger on the table.
I think I fixed it. I helped.
I don't know if that's how we wanted to, but as the recipient of a fireball that turned me to ash, I have no way to say anything. Fucking ash.
The fifth day of travel. Once again, this is where the jungle starts to become a little bit more rocky. As you are making your way toward the mountains. Which you occasionally get peaks of the mountains through the treetop. As you all once again pack down for this next night. Zahn.
Mm.
It's your turn to have a dream.
Dream time.
Zahn, you open your eyes and you are underwater. You are trapped in some kind of underwater cavern or so.
I instinctually attempt to find a way to get out.
As you start to swim, you notice that your arms are not your own. They are of a bluish scale.
Ayo, what the fuck? These ain't my arms.
And they have slight finnage and webbed fingers.
I attempt to breathe.
You feel your neck open and pull water in and extract the air from it. And then you feel grabbed by something and you're pulled into more water? There is like a second suit of water around you that is constricting you, and you can't quite move right. When you wake feeling as though you've just emerged from a deep dive. For a second, you think you're soaking wet, but you're not. And then you notice that the mark on your hand, that glowing blue, is very bright.
I just inspect it.
It glows for about a minute before dying down.
Does anything feel different? Do I see anything?
No.
Okay. Alright then.
Once again, this day's travel does not bode any challenge, but the path is down to nothing but slightly cut branches and carvings in trees. These last few days really needed the immunity to difficult terrain. And as you reach dusk, you spot lantern light. As you exit the jungle, as it goes sparse around the base of the mountains, you see all around this base of the mountain, it drops, and there are hundreds of saltwater hot springs that are these perfect environments for an inland coral reef. And above and below the water, you see huts, abodes, living places, and you see the naiad, the fish-like creature that are the original inhabitants of the Umber Isles. You do not go unnoticed yourselves. It is only a few minutes before two naiads carrying hooked spears approach the group. State your business, travelers. says a female one.
We are here to find and meet someone.
Who is it you search for?
We have not a name. We were told there was a naiad here with a interesting magical connection to the world.
They'll look to each other for a moment, and then one will nod. You will speak to the village elder.
As you wish.
Were they speaking all this in common?
Yes.
Okay. Just as a precaution, if they do start speaking in a different language just to themselves, I do understand Aquan if that matters.
Hold on, I'm reading something really quick. You guys are led down into the village. There are soaked, floating walkways that you guys can traverse. And you're eventually brought to a building that sits mostly underwater, but it does have an amount of it and entrance above water. And inside, sitting on a large mass of, you assume a pillow stuffed with hay and other foliage, sits an elder naiad. Pardon me as I go get his stuff. There it is. And the two other naiads will stand at the entrance while the rest of you go inside. The naiad has his eyes closed. Let's see here. His form seems to flow like water even while still. He has translucent seafoam blue skin that shimmers with iridescent scales that catch the light in almost ghostly patterns. They have long kelp-like hair that trails behind them. Their eyes are if their eyes were open, you'll see they're pearlescent and pupilless, like the inside of a conch shell, and they wear robes made of silk, coral inlays, and volcanic glass beads. Landwalkers, speak the reason you have come.
We have come to meet with a naiad. We were not given a name. We were told they had a interesting magical connection to the world. If you've heard the term before, we were told they would be considered aether touch.
He will slowly nod, his eyes still closed, as if he's listening to something other than you. The naiad you see, I know of him.
May I ask where they would be found?
He has been banished to the under.
Where, I'm sorry?
The under.
And where might that be?
Below us.
There any means you have of us being able to get down there safely? I don't. If he was banished, I don't wish to ask to bring him up.
Pio was banished because he could not control his mysterious gift. He did it voluntarily, as he did not wish to hurt any more of his family. You could be brought to the entrance to the Underreef, but it is to be known that none have ever returned from the Underreef.
Sounds kind of like what we have to go through anyways.
Everything seems dangerous enough we have to do, so why not add something to the list?
Why do you seek out Pio?
A being came to us and told us to seek him out. That is the most we know.
This being, are they benevolent? What will do they carry?
If what I remember is correct, they say they were they are the guardian of the Nexus.
So, the world speaks once again. We are not worthy to ignore the call. You may seek out Pio. You may bring him back. And if the world wishes, you will. I will send you with a guide, if they are willing.
I understand. Thank you for at least listening.
I do much listening. It is part of my job as the Elden. I am Neru of the Tide Mine. You have my blessing to traverse.
Are we able to get that in writing?
Yes, Neru. And Neru the Tide Mind. And you are looking for a Naiad by the name of Pio. Or Pale, however you want. Pale. Pio.
Pale.
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 Go now. Retrieve Pio.
We shall do our best.
You guys exit and the 2 other Naiad guards will take you to the furthest end of the hot springs. They bring out a little boat for you. We have the option to continue the session for the next 30 minutes, introducing probably Waverly's new character, if Waverly has that character ready, or if they want to tweak it.
Yeah. I have it ready for the most part. It's more just tweaking the backstory for it to fit in the world. Because I did send you a chunk of it.
Yeah, I read it. And art, I assume.
Yeah, I will send the art through. Because it just doesn't have a border, because I don't know how to do the fancy border.
Yeah, well, you just ask Vinny to do it, because I forgot how.
Vinny is not here at the moment, but I will have to ask Vinny later. I can just make a regular token stamp one for now.
As you guys are brought, there is a female Naiad waiting for the group. I will let Waverly describe her new character.
This is fun. She is... I want to say... about 5'8", with pale green skin, scales shimmering across her chest and down her arms. Her hair is like seaweed, in a sense, like how it sits. Not the smell, but just how it looks and sits on her head and her back. Her eyes are almost like a golden color, and I will put her image in visual aids. As I then send Van token as temporary in case it gets put on that map. Is she told any information, Van, when they're brought out?
You were told by a messenger that there were landwalkers that you needed to guide into the Underreach.
She will look to one of the guards. I'm assuming this is the group that I need to guide?
I assume you speak to them in Aquan.
Yeah.
They will respond in Aquan. Indeed, they seek Peo. They seem to be similar.
Austin? I saw a H pop up and knew it was Austin.
Yeah.
She will say, very well, in Aquan, and then look to the group. And in common, she will say, then I suppose you should all follow me then. And I will take you to Pyre.
Maybe at least know your name.
I am Nakaya. Which I will put in the chat so people know.
Oh man, Kai's been getting around.
The frog, the frog ever clones himself. It's different universes at this point.
Lady and went, tadpoles?
God, Ninja, if you ever say that to someone in Explorers, I'm putting Kai down.
No, that is entirely fair. I would want you to put me down.
The amount of, oh no, she's hot that we got through Explorers, it would be just as off the cuff to turn and go, tadpoles?
No,
listen.
Because knowing Ninja, knowing Kai, it has to be like the goddess of the hunt stomping on him.
Joke's on you, I'm into this shit.
Listen, it's not my fault that Waverly likes to make hot characters.
Nah, it'll just be a humanoid form of a Black Diablos, it'll be fine.
I'm waiting for this one to actually be lesbian.
Exactly.
Ninja, I'm the only one that gets why that's funny.
Yeah, I know that.
Vinny,
I know that
the
you're
really
the only
funny
one.
thing is,
That
I
or
have
the golden
already
one
made
thing.
a fish character that was a lesbian.
Oh, you're right, you did.
Amlin was a lesbian.
Yeah,
Amlin just got shot down for a fucking star twink.
True.
He's not a twink.
It's a fucking
As,
twink in my eyes. I don't care.
Magnus will do a customary bow. It is a pleasure to meet you. Thank you for in guiding us down there.
Magnus, it's now that you realize you have to swim, and that's not in your people's wheelhouse.
I don't like the big wet.
Well, at least you want dents. I've only just made the realization of what is going to happen, and this is going to be a slight issue.
My fur
Also,
makes
Van-
me sink a little.
Van, I have a question for you.
Hmm?
I don't know what my movement speed is, because in the doc it tells me what my swim speed is, but not my walking speed.
Equal to your swim speed. Sorry.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Which is what?
40.
40, yeah.
I just wanted to double check that. I had it as 30 as a base, and I'm like, I don't fucking know.
Actually, no, it would be 30 on land and 40 in water.
You suck. You
Sorry.
suck.
It's me remembering.
Oh, fine.
One of the guards will pull out a coral sphere of some sort.
Do not ponder it.
Each of you touch this. It will allow you to breathe for an amount of time. Peo was only banished not but 2 days ago, so he should not be too deep within the...
If I may ask, if it is possible for us to be told why were they banished?
Peo's powers were not controllable, and he harmed several tribes.
I see.
He was banished more. He left more of his own accord to not put others in further danger.
I understand.
Now, suppose you should follow me.
Yeah. If you all touch the orb, you will have 24 hours of water breathing.
Unless you rolled that 1 in 1,000 chance, and then which you ponder the orb too long and endure a spring.
You're so right.
Orb.
Nikki is going to wait sort of at the very edge.
Eclipse
of
ponders
where
the
the
orb
drop
to
would be
the
to go
point where
under
he
the water.
gains intelligence.
He finally has gotten to base level 10 int.
True.
That is the gift of the orb.
Is there anything any of you would wish to do before we head off?
I do not believe that I have anything needed unless any of us are still wounded from anything. Any of you trip on a rock?
I didn't climb another tree.
Sword guide. All the rest of our party have met this. Have met our like godlike, and gotten the we're aether touched. We're special people. Ivan just wants to look at a god and go, "Do you happen to know what an aether touched is?"
You don't. You assume Peo.
Like Peo?
If reason is to be believed, indeed.
Well, whatever god you seem to worship. I don't think that's the one for me, but I suppose this adventure will give us more of a chance to familiarize ourselves with each other.
Indeed.
And for the fun of it, man, she's facing the group. When it's time to go, she's sort of gonna like backflip dive into the water.
Alright.
I understand. Into the boat, everybody.
I mean, no, you guys are in the boat.
We're getting out of
forward.
Alright, in the boat, everybody.
We're diving.
It's down.
Onto the breach.
Oh, it's downtime.
Mm-hmm.
So remember, so I have come to realize one weakness of being made of pretty much rock.
You'll sink.
Ocean. Please tell me that one of you are strong enough to help lift me when comes to
lift
time.
him up. What do I roll to pick up Nimba's character?
He's extremely heavy. Roll a strength check. DC 18.
Make sure it's not at advantage.
No, it doesn't move.
Oh.
Doesn't move. He's a rock.
Oh,
He's made of rock.
I can't pick you up. I'm sorry.
Well, we'll figure out this problem when we come to it.
You might be lighter in the
Van.
water.
No, wait, no, I have an idea.
Hey, Van.
Yes.
How long of rope do we have?
I would like
Lots.
to try.
2.
You want to
Carry
try?
the dwarf.
Roll me a strength check. DC 18.
Would my tentacles make this easier?
No.
I didn't think so.
No. He's a fucking boulder. He took
Listen,
his
God.
he had his own boat on the trip over here.
Listen, I find it funny. I attempt mold earth on you because you were just referred to as a boulder.
It does not work because Moldorf doesn't target creatures.
Van, when the time comes, I have created destroy water. Would that work to just
Art the water.
get rid of a chunk of water for him to walk out of?
For a few seconds before it all crashes back in.
Mm.
Well, we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
The good news is he's weightless in water. So
Yeah.
Traversing.
It will just be the matter of exiting the water.
Yeah, it will be exiting the water is when that begins.
It'll be exiting the water when we'll have to tie a rope around me and all pull.
Or hope
can do that.
one of the naiads has walk on water, which will just send you to the top.
Willy Wonka style.
Anyways, you all dive into the water, and at the bottom there is just this Willy Wonka-esque coral tunnel, and it just goes down. It is all these beautiful colors and bioluminescence, and you feel this warm rush of water coming toward you. This seems to be like one of the main things that sources that feeds this saltwater hot spring.
Hopefully, it shouldn't take us long to get to Pyre.
As you guys begin to swim through the water, or walk through the water for one of you at least. We're going to go ahead and end session there.
Alright.
We did
Alrighty.
not get near as far as I thought we would because of that combat that I didn't think was going to happen like that.